Just collecting a paycheck.
Well, maybe I'm not going to put that on this video with all the difficulty we said.
Hello, YouTube land. Let's see here. Today is Tuesday, and it has been a week since I have filmed a video. Last week we got basically nothing done out at the barn. My metal guys left me for the week. They had to go do another job that they were already committed to, and then they came back on Friday. And Friday, my day was a wreck, so I didn't really get here to get to film anything. Saturday we had birthday party, work around the house. We've been out of town, so just things have been piling up around the house, so I did that. Sunday I had sick kids. Pippa had a little summer cold, so she was down. And then yesterday was another crazy work day. So it is Tuesday, and we are up here to work on the barn. Myself and me main amigo, Dan Well. We are gonna dig some holes for some columns that we're doing on the side of the barn. But first, let me show you what you have missed out on in the last 2 work days of metal work. And the first part of that will be, dun 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 dun, we have white trim metal on, white fascia on almost all the top and bottom of the south side of the barn. Quit saying let's go over here and check on the let's go over here and check on the west side, and you'll see that they have fully done all the wall metal over here too. The big garage door jambs are done. The door frame's installed there for the walk door. But what I really kind of wanted to walk to the end here and show you is they've also got the upper soffits done. So yeah, they're doing that today as well. Let's see here. Let me show you. So you just saw what it looked like with the white fascia metal on. Let's take a look real quick and see what it looks like without the upper part done, but the bottom part is done over here on the north side. So as you can see down here, the lower fascia is done over here, but the upper portion is still the bare wood. And now let's go look at the east side front so you can see what the front of the barn looks like now that all the wall metal is on that. Well, there she be. All the front barn metal is on except for the trim. The trim's really going to make this thing pop out, and then once that gets cut on the pitch, that'll have trim that wraps it, and everything will be all good there. So it's just looks pretty cool. It's exciting. Wish they would have rented a lift to do it. They actually ended up doing it all by hand, which took another day and a half longer than it would have had they just rented a lift. Things would have been knocked out better. I think there would have been a few things that would have been done cleaner than how it all ended up, but it was their call. So let's get to, that's kind of what's been going on. The roofers are out to lunch right now. They'll be back this afternoon, and I'll get a video of them putting the fascia metal on as well as the new soffit metal. Show you how they're doing that, show you exactly what that metal looks like, side profile and front profile. And and then I'm gonna turn the camera around here and I'm gonna tell you exactly what my main man Daniel and I are doing today. He probably wants me to hold the ladder so he doesn't die. So I'm gonna do that right now. All right, so what we're doing is we have made our mark on that board, which has already been installed, and we're gonna drop a we're gonna drop a plumb bob. Just put that anywhere, Daniel. And make our mark to translate that position down to the ground, where we can then dig our footing for these columns. So he's stretching the plumb bob down from our point, and I'm gonna mark it. Hang on, right there is as far as you need to go down. Whoa.
Is it too low?
No. Okay. Yep. All right, so now I've marked it with just a cap nail. We're going to come back and drive some stakes, and we're going to run a string line from there to there where the other mark is, and we'll be able to then put a tape measure on that and identify the column locations, and then we're going to dig the footing. I know that that's probably not 100% accurate, but it's within a couple of inches. Our footing will end up being like 20 by 20 or close to that, and our columns are only 12 by 12, so we'll have plenty of space to miss. We have plenty of room for error, is I guess what I'm getting at. So this doesn't have to be exactly perfect. So we're going to do this, and then we got to do the same thing on the other side, and go from there. Okay, so here we have our basically our 18 by 18 columns for footings that we're doing. Like I said, we're oversizing them for the actual columns, or for the CMU anyways. So Daniel has his Kubota out here. We like Kubotas around here. And he is digging us down to 24 inches. And then we got the old mule here to get us the rest of the way if we need a little cleanup and all that good stuff. So anyways, lots of fun. We have 10 of these dudes to do. You can see there's number 2, there's number 3, there's number 4, and there's number 5. And then we have the north side of the building as well. So we got it all laid out. Now all that's left to do is for him to operate the backhoe and me to operate the shovel. So that's kind of what's going on for the column build. He's actually going to end up way over digging these things. I argued with him and told him we should just hand dig them. And he's adamant about using his toy here. So we'll see how this ends up. Okay, well, had a couple of things just happen. Had some technical difficulties, batteries dying, camera equipment not working out very well, all that kind of stuff. And then work come a-calling, so I come running. Had to go run a couple of jobs real quick, but we're back up here now. Daniel has got most of it done without me, but he's got 2 holes left to dig. So I figured I'd turn the camera on him and let him show you his skills with his backhoe. We use this tractor on my job sites pretty much every week. So this is a handy little dude, and we love this backhoe attachment. However, up here at the ridge with all these rocks and stuff, I don't think a backhoe would, just a standard backhoe would do us much good. We'll need more like a track hoe. So he's got the shovel in the ground right now, so let me show you that happening.
too close. That's too close. I don't see my wings.
Your wrinkles? How come you don't have this done?
It's hard.
What do you mean it's hard? You're sitting.
Oh! That's too small. It should have been bigger. With the bucket fits, I just grab it and I have to push it back and then pick it up.
I left you trusting that this would get done.
Huh?
I left you trusting that this would get done.
It's going to be done. This is the last one.
No, it's not. You got one there too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Kind of pick at it. Be sensitive with it. My dad would be good at that. He's real sensitive.
I cannot go fast because I make it
I'd just do it all with a shovel, but my back hurts. We should have had a race. I think I could have dug that last hole as fast as you could have gone with the backhoe. You don't think so?
Oh, I already have like two probably.
No way. What?
Like the day that you knocked down the fence.
I don't know what you're saying.
Like the day that you were going fast and knocked down the fence.
What fence?
Wood fence.
Oh. He's making fun of me for my backhoe operation skills whenever I was trying to clean up my yard at my office with this tractor. I kind of hit a fence. Yeah, I could have totally done this with a shovel in the same amount of time or less.
Yeah.
It's just too bad we don't have enough holes left to prove it right. Because you already started here. Our race wouldn't be fair. You still need to come this way a little bit. You still need to pick some off of this side a little bit. Your line's right here. You need like, yep, right there. One more scoop down there. Yep. Now scoop it out. Perfect. Curl her up. Perfecto. That's a deep hole. Let me see your tape. What did we say that was? 22? Huh?
I gotta straighten it out.
We need to throw some dirt back in there?
I gotta straighten it out from the bottom. How is it? Yeah. Man, you gotta straighten it up.
Not trying to go dig the china here. These are basically holding no weight at all. You don't have to do nuts.
Huh?
These aren't going to hold much weight. Just the column and the faux rock on it. But as far as like roof load, not much of anything at all.
Yeah, but if you don't dig it in, then later on they fall off.
Well, you're like 37 inches deep there. How far dug in do they need to be?
At least 2 feet.
128 inches. 30 inches. You need, that's too deep. That's like 7 yards of concrete.
This grade is going low, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
This grade is going low? Or it's going high?
It's probably...
Yeah. So
well, the horses can't trip on that curb.
You want to leave the...
So we'll probably bring some dirt up to within an inch or so of that curb, which is about the height of this mound right here, which is about where you measured the 32 from.
This is going down. This is going down.
Okay. Whatever you say.
You're good, better. Enough, but not enough.
It's a good looking hole, Daniel.
This might come up
Ooh, he got a little over anxious on this one. It's a little big, a little much for a column pier, but it is what it is. We got one more to do, and then I'll come back to you. Well, that was hard work, wasn't it, Daniel? Whew! I'm tired. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I'm glad you came to work with me today, Daniel. I'm sorry I had to do everything. Kind of like most days. Just collecting a paycheck. All right, so what are the metal guys doing? You can see them up behind me. They are putting on the corners for the building. Right now he's putting on the inside corner, which is that piece right there. It's bent for stability, and it's turned back on itself so it doesn't have a sharp edge, and it's got a good straight strong edge right there. That's an inside 90, so it sits right in there and covers up that ugly seam really well. And then right here is the outside 90, same situation. It's bent for stability and turned back on itself so it's got a good strong edge, and then that just simply sits right over the top of it like that, and he'll work that on all the way up to there. So the other thing, let's see if we can see some soffit from here. Maybe they're not that far with the soffit yet. Yep, right behind him. So I'm going to zoom in on him. So I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but right there is the end of the soffit. So they have that little bit of soffit left to do, and that much fascia on the south side to be in completely done with trim there. Of course, that'll get clipped off and then wrapped with cap metal. That basically they'll have something that just kind of goes, it'll be flat down the wall and turn up over the roof, so it'll just kind of sit and follow that angle up there, and then same thing up there. It's really rake trim is really what it is. So anyways, we've got a bunch of little stuff going on. Oh, and by the way, that window is supposed to be wrapped with white trim, and it didn't make it, so now they've got to cut it all back and get that done. So what we still have left is all those miscellaneous trim pieces. We got to do the demising wall in the middle, and yeah, that's about it. I mean, all the main panel work is done except for the demising wall, but exterior wise all the main panel work is done. So they lack some fascia, some window trim. I think that hopefully they'll be putting window trim on tomorrow, so we'll get to see some of that. That'll be cool. And here's some soffit material, and there is window trim. So, and then here is just kind of a pile of what's left. So they'll be putting all that on tomorrow. And
all right, well, once again, technical difficulties. We're back to the cell phone. Started with the cell phone. Well, no, we started with the camera, switched to the cell phone, went back to the camera once the battery was charged. Then the memory card was full as I was signing off. Now we're back to the cell phone. So a lot of that to say, if you like what we're doing, well, maybe I'm not going to put that on this video with all the difficulties we've had. But if you like what we're doing, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff helps, I think. I don't really know how it all works, but I think it helps. But we're going to keep coming with more barn stuff. We got electrical stuff coming, plumbing stuff coming, interior veneer coming, building out the shop coming. There's a lot of stuff still to happen. So if you like what we're doing, subscribe to us. I've got some stuff coming up that I'm pretty excited about, video ideas. I think they'll be pretty funny, pretty comical, a series that I want to start. So anyways, I will see you up here tomorrow, pouring concrete back up on the ridge.